Good evening, live from New Delhi. You're watching DD India Live, India's voice to the world. I'm Shubhendu Ghosh, coming up in the next 30 minutes. US President Donald Trump calls for 50% tariff on EU starting June 1st. India's global outreach on Operation Sindoor expands further. Multi-party delegations highlight India's continued fight against terrorism. Iranian and US negotiators begin fifth round of Oman-mediated nuclear talks in Rome. US President Donald Trump said on Friday that he's recommending a straight 50% tariff on goods from the European Union starting on June 1st, saying the EU has been hard to deal with on trade. Trump posted on Truth social media saying, and I quote, "The European Union, which was formed for the primary purpose of taking advantage of the United States on trade, has been very difficult to deal with. Their powerful trade barriers, VAT taxes, ridiculous corporate penalties, non-monetary trade barriers, monetary manipulations, unfair and unjustified lawsuits against American companies, and more have led to a trade deficit with the US of more than $250 million a year, a number which is totally unacceptable. He says our discussions with them are going nowhere. Therefore, I'm recommending a straight 50% tariff on the European Union starting on June 1st, 2025. There is no tariff if the product is built or manufactured in the US." The announcement came after Trump threatened to impose a tariff of at least 25% on Apple if the company does not start manufacturing iPhones in the United States. Stock futures sank following Donald Trump's posts. Wall Street stocks opened lower on Friday after fresh tariff threats by President Donald Trump against the European Union and Apple. Shortly after the opening bell, S&P 500 was down 1.2% after Trump warned of 50% tariffs on EU goods and 25% tariffs on Apple. The statements return Trump's aggressive trade policy to the foreground after the market's focus shifted earlier this week to congressional debate on Trump's tax bill. Moving on, the Trump administration has dropped a bombshell on Harvard University, barring it from enrolling international students and throwing the academic futures of thousands into chaos. Homeland Security claims the move is about national security, but Harvard University calls the government's action unlawful. Here's more by DD India's Harshita Oberoi.
Harvard University, an academic giant known around the world, is now at the center of a firestorm. The U.S. Department of Homeland Security, under the directive of Secretary Kristi Noem, announced on Thursday that it has revoked Harvard's certification to admit international students through the Student and Exchange Visitor Program. The revocation, set to take effect for the 2025-2026 school year, means that current foreign students must transfer to another institution or risk losing their legal status in the United States. The Trump administration accuses Harvard of enabling anti-Semitism and even coordinating with the Chinese Communist Party, claims the university strongly denies. Officials say Harvard failed to cooperate with demands for data on foreign students and protest activities over the last 5 years. Noem gave Harvard 72 hours to hand over student records and surveillance footage, saying universities must earn the privilege to enroll international students and not take it for granted. Harvard, which hosts nearly 6,800 international students, called the move unlawful and retaliatory. The move adds fuel to a growing confrontation between the Trump administration and America's top universities. In recent weeks, the government froze $3 billion in federal grants to Harvard and this week pulled another $60 million, citing failure to curb anti Semitic harassment. Secretary Noem confirmed the administration is looking at similar actions against other campuses, including Columbia University. As legal battles mount and universities brace for further action, thousands of international students now find their futures hanging in the balance. Harshita Oberoy's report for DD India.
Meanwhile, Harvard sued the Trump administration on Friday over its move to block the prestigious university from enrolling and hosting foreign students in a broadening dispute, a court filing shows. And China slammed the Trump administration's move to revoke the right of Harvard University to enroll foreign students. Chinese Foreign Ministry said China will safeguard the legitimate rights and interests of its overseas students and scholars. Dubbing it politicization of education, China says US actions will undoubtedly affect its image and credibility. In other news, Iranian and US negotiators resumed talks on Friday at the Omani embassy in Rome to resolve a decades-long dispute over Iran's nuclear ambitions. Iranian news agency Tasnim reported that the fifth round of indirect talks between Iran and the United States, led by Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi and US Special Envoy to the Middle East, Steve Witkoff, began in Rome with mediation of Oman. Earlier, both Washington and Tehran have taken a tough stance in public over Iran's intensifying uranium enrichment program, which could potentially give it scope to build a nuclear warhead. Even though Tehran says it has no such ambitions and the purposes are purely civilian, Iran's Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei has rejected Washington's demands that Tehran stops refining uranium as excessive and outrageous, warning that the talks are unlikely to yield results. US President Trump announced on Friday that Russia and Ukraine completed a major prisoner exchange, expressing hope that the move could lead to something bigger. Russia and Ukraine each agreed at 2 hours of talks in Istanbul last week to swap 1,000 prisoners, but failed to agree to a ceasefire proposed by Trump. Previous prisoner swaps have been mediated by the UAE. The prisoner swap was the only concrete step towards peace the two sides agreed at their talks in Istanbul. Trump, who has shifted US policy from supporting Ukraine towards accepting some of Russia's account of the war, had said that he could tighten sanctions on Russia if Moscow blocked a peace deal. But after speaking to Putin on Monday, Trump decided to take no such action for now. Taking India's strong message against terrorism to the world, the third all-party delegation led by DMK Member of Parliament Kanimozhi is in Moscow, Russia. The high-level delegation interacted with the first Deputy Chair of Committee on International Affairs, Andrei Denisov, and other senators in the Federation Council of the Russian Federation. The all-party delegation led by DMK MP Kanimozhi also interacted with the chair of the State Duma Committee on International Affairs, Leonid Slutsky, along with other members of the State Duma. The UAE and Japan have also expressed solidarity with India in the fight against terrorism as all-party delegations' diplomatic outreach commenced on Thursday to sensitize global leadership about terror emanating from Pakistan. A delegation led by Shiv Sena MP Srikanth Eknath Shinde held talks in the UAE. The delegation met Sheikh Nahyan Mubarak Al Nahyan, Minister of Tolerance and Coexistence. Al Nahyan conveyed his deepest condolences for Pahalgam terrorist attack. The delegation highlighted perpetration of cross-border terror and Pakistan's efforts to cause social disharmony in India. The high-level all-party delegation also participated in an interaction event with the Indian community in the UAE, where the members shared about the new India and new normal which has emerged after the dastardly Pahalgam terror attack and the subsequent Operation Sindoor launched in response. The delegation will also travel to Congo, Sierra Leone and Liberia.
Exactly 1 month back, news channels were telecasting Pahalgam, 22nd April. Today we are on 22nd of May. The date is exactly the same. The month has just progressed by 1 month. And at that time, the headlines were showing as if India was so helpless that terrorists were saying, go and tell the Prime Minister this is what we have done. Did any one of us ever think that an all-party delegation across all these seas would have started an initiative within 30 days? And here we are on 22nd of May, and I can assure you, by 22nd of June, we would have done so much more. That is progress, that is the work, that is the achievement that we are doing.
The all-party delegation, led by Shiv Sena MP Shrikant Shinde, met with Director General of Anwar Gargash Diplomatic Academy, Nikolai E. Mladenov, in Abu Dhabi on Friday. The delegation visited the UAE to brief on India's response to the April 22nd terror attack and its broader fight against cross-border terrorism. Addressing a press conference in Dubai, Shrikant Shinde said Pakistan's track record on terror is very poor. It was given several proofs of the involvement of Pakistani citizens in various terror attacks in India before Pahalgam, but Pakistan has taken no action. Those terrorists are still roaming free in Pakistan. It clearly establishes Pakistan's involvement in terrorist activities against India.
When earlier attacks took place, international investigation also happened. We invited Pakistan to India. We gave them evidences. We gave them evidences of the terrorists. The DNA samples were also given. Evidence were given of Pathankot attack. Evidence were given of Mumbai attacks. But still, no reaction from Pakistan. What does it mean? It means that Pakistan, the terrorist organizations, the terrorists work hand in hand.
Another all-party outreach delegation is in Tokyo, Japan, led by JDU MP and National Working President Sanjay Kumar Jha. He reaffirmed India's actions against terrorism, told diplomats and representatives from several countries during the global outreach about the new normal in place against terrorism.
How India and Pakistan are different. In thoughts, in every aspect, we are different. And just after 1 week, there is an attack in Pahalgam. Now, as he said, our Prime Minister said, terror and talk cannot go together. Trade and talk cannot go together. And water and blood cannot flow together. So that is the line. Entire 140 billion people are against terrorism. Or you can't be neutral on this. If any country is promoting, financing, training them, how come Osama bin Laden has not found anywhere in the world? He found in Pakistan, just next to their air base. Every terrorist activity in the world has some or other link in Pakistan.
The event saw ambassadors and diplomats of several countries in attendance. These include Saudi Arabia, Liberia, Micronesia, Singapore, Russia, South Africa, South Korea, Colombia, Brazil, Australia, among others. India's ambassador to Japan, C.B. George, brought to attention the dastardly Pahalgam terror attack. He also spoke about the visuals of a terrorist being given state funeral in Pakistan and underscored the new normal that is very clear for India: zero tolerance to terrorism.
It was a clear message that India has zero tolerance for terrorism. We will punish terrorists. We will go to any extent to punish the terrorists. The whole nation came together, the entire country. And the message from now on is this: we have zero tolerance towards terrorism. Blood and water cannot flow together. Terror and trade cannot happen together. And that is the message we are here. When it comes to fight against terrorism, there is no neutral position. You are either in the fight against terrorism or you are supporting terrorism.
The all-party delegation led by JDU MP Sanjay Kumar Jha also met former Defence Minister of Japan Minoru Kihara and Director General of International Bureau Shinaku Tsuchiya at Liberal Democratic Party headquarters in Tokyo. In the meeting, Indian delegation reiterated strong resolve to fight every form of terrorism. In other news, Japan's new agriculture minister, Shinjiro Koizumi, has promised to quickly move rice from government storage to stores to lower the high prices. He said rice will be sold under about $21 for a 5-kilogram bag by early June. Rice prices in Japan have risen because of crop damage caused by extreme heat and more demand from tourists. This has led to many people buy cheaper rice from other countries like the US, even with added tariffs. Koizumi just became the minister a couple of days ago after the last minister quit for saying he never had to buy rice thanks to gifts from supporters. Now Koizumi is working fast to bring prices down and keep people from buying local rice. Still to come on this edition of DD India Live. Prime Minister Modi inaugurates the Rising Northeast Investor Summit 2025. Indian javelin throw ace Neeraj Chopra to square off against former European champion Julian Weber in Sharjah.
Geopolitics and trade deals. Economic challenges amid development. Hard work and the path to prosperity. It's the economy always. Between walkers, money is what money does and says. Supply creates its own demand. Between the bulls pulls and bears tears. When supply chains globalization and India rises to the podium. We'll get you centered with the economic brief at 8 p.m. every Thursday on DD India.
You're watching DD India Live. I'm Shubhendu Ghosh. Shifting focus to Bangladesh, frustrated over recent developments, Chief Advisor of the Interim Government of Bangladesh, Professor Muhammad Yunus, is considering to step down. Reports say Yunus voiced his desire to resign and address the nation through a televised speech during unofficial discussions at an advisory council meeting on Thursday. He talked about his worries over aspersions on his government's performance and duties. Yunus's relationship with political parties and the military has reportedly deteriorated. On Wednesday, it was reported that powerful Army Chief General Waqar-uz-Zaman said that elections should be held by December. And Bangladesh Nationalist Party leader Zainul Abidin Farooq urged the Chief Advisor of Interim Government, Professor Yunus, to immediately issue letters to 2 advisors and the National Security Advisor. He requested their resignation from the Security Council. Speaking at a protest rally on Friday, Farooq said that absence of an election roadmap has fueled public suspicion and political instability. He stressed that BNP would not take responsibility for this instability. Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated the Rising Northeast Investor Summit 2025 in New Delhi today. Extending a warm welcome to all dignitaries to the event, Prime Minister expressed pride and immense confidence in the future of the Northeast region. He pointed out that there was a time when Northeast was merely called a frontier region, but it is emerging now as the frontrunner of growth.
हम लुक ईस्ट से आगे बढ़कर एक्ट ईस्ट के मंत्र पर चले और इसी का परिणाम आज हम देख रहे हैं। एक समय था जब नॉर्थ ईस्ट को सिर्फ फ्रंटियर रीजन कहा जाता था। आज ये ग्रोथ का फ्रंट रनर बन रहा है।
And reaffirming that peace and law and order are the most crucial factors for any region's development, Prime Minister said the government has zero tolerance policy against terrorism and insurgency.
किसी भी क्षेत्र के विकास के लिए सबसे जरूरी है शांति और कानून व्यवस्था। आतंकवाद हो या अशांति फैलाने वाले माओवादी, हमारी सरकार जीरो टॉलरेंस की नीति पर चलती है। एक समय था नॉर्थ ईस्ट कहते ही बम, बंदूक और ब्लॉकेड यही याद आता था। इसका बहुत बड़ा नुकसान वहां के युवाओं को उठाना पड़ा उनके हाथों से अनगिनत मौके निकल गए। हमारा फोकस नॉर्थ ईस्ट के युवाओं के भविष्य पर है। इसलिए हमने एक के बाद एक शांति समझौते किए, युवाओं को विकास की मुख्य धारा में आने का अवसर दिया। पिछले 10-11 साल में 10,000 से ज्यादा युवाओं ने हथियार छोड़कर शांति का रास्ता चुना है।
And Mukesh Ambani, Chairman and Managing Director of Reliance Industries Limited, speaking at the Rising Northeast Investor Summit, underscored that Northeast is not just rising but roaring. He added that Reliance will double its investments in the region.
Northeast is not just rising, but to my mind, it is roaring. I make 6 commitments to the Chief Ministers of Arunachal Pradesh, Assam, Manipur, Meghalaya, Mizoram, Nagaland, Sikkim and Tripura. First, Reliance has invested up around rupees 30,000 crores in the region in the past 40 years. In the next 5 years, we will more than double our investments with our target at 75,000 crores.
India's Home Minister Amit Shah attended Border Security Force BSF investiture ceremony in New Delhi on Friday. Amit Shah praised the Border Security Force for their bravery, dedication and commitment during an award ceremony. Addressing the ceremony, Minister Shah said that BSF and the armed forces have showcased great valor and true power of defense in India's retaliatory action against Pakistan.
ऑपरेशन सिंदूर ये हमारे प्रधानमंत्री की दृढ़ राजनीतिक इच्छा शक्ति, हमारी सूचना एकत्रित करने वाली संस्थाओं की सटीक सूचना और सेना का मारक क्षमता का अद्भुत प्रदर्शन, ये तीनों मिलता है तब ऑपरेशन सिंदूर बनता है।
In a shocking revelation that raises serious concerns over regional air safety, India's aviation watchdog, the Directorate General of Civil Aviation or DGCA on Friday said the crew of Indigo flight from Delhi to Srinagar on Wednesday had sought permission to enter the Pakistan airspace to avoid turbulence due to extreme weather conditions, but the request was rejected. The DGCA said there was no injury to any passengers who were on the flight and that the aircraft's nose radome was damaged. As per Indian Air Force sources, the aircraft was immediately assisted in coordinating their route diversion by contacting Delhi area and passing requisite contact frequencies of Lahore control for overflight weather diversion request. Once Lahore refused overflight clearance, the aircraft proceeded towards Srinagar. The flight was subsequently professionally assisted till a safe landing at Srinagar airport by giving control vectors and ground speed readouts. Meanwhile, India today officially extended the airspace restrictions against Pakistan-registered aircrafts, including military flights. As per the latest NOTAM, Indian airspace remains unavailable to any aircraft registered in Pakistan or those operated, owned or leased by Pakistani airlines or operators, including military flights. The restriction applies to across all flight information regions, Delhi, Mumbai, Chennai, Kolkata and covers all altitudes. The directive is effective immediately from May 23rd and will remain in force until further notice, subject to extension beyond June 23rd. The trailer of the Malayalam film Behind the Moon has been launched at Bharat Pavilion at Cannes Film Festival. This powerful film comes from a team of debutant filmmakers Hardeep Singh and Priyanshi Mane. DD India correspondent Jaya Sinha was with the talented duo at the Bharat Pavilion.
Are making waves at the Cannes Film Festival. Right now at the Cannes Film Market, and you can see a lot of Hindi film posters here. We are in a special design set by Maharashtra government, which is here to promote its filmmakers. And I'm joined by Hardeep and Priyanshi. They are here with their film, Malayalam film Behind the Moon, Yam Lokan. Yeah. Hardeep, first tell me about the film and how was the screening?
It was very well done yesterday. Actually, we have got very good response. First of all, we were very excited. Like, this is our first film we are doing, and it comes to Cannes. Like, we are very much excited, and it went very well. And this is a thriller family drama which will be liked with everyone. It's not about only Malayalam things, but whenever people like who don't understand the language also, they will enjoy everything about the movie.
Priyanshi, tell us your experience at the Cannes Film Market, about the film screening and the process of making your film and getting it to Cannes. That was a big thing?
It's a big thing, as well as it was very big journey to reach here in first movie. It's not possible. It's dream come true kind of for me, because this is first project as a producer, as an actor. So I'm really glad and thankful.
It's a Malayalam film, Yam Lokan. How was the response? People were able to understand it, and there are a lot of excitement and curiosity for indie films in Cannes.
Yeah.
So how was the response to the film?
Yeah, response was very good, because thing is that I have very less dialogue in the movie.
Okay.
It is more of expressions. It is more of like internal conflicts going on within the character's mind, right? So that's what I said, no? If you don't understand the language, you will understand the entire movie. It's not the words right? So that's the response I have got. And there are lots of layered screenplay. So this is what people liked it. And the most appreciation I got, that is for the BGM, background music. Okay. That is also created by me. But it was like that, like people liked it. The combination of the background music and the thrills, no?
Priyanshi, with the first movie you have reached to Cannes, tell us what are your plans with the movie next, where you plan to release in India or worldwide, and how was the experience as an actor, and any highlight of the film which you like to share with us?
As an actor, I actually follow my director. So whatever he said to me, that just you jump, this is the fire scene or something, so I did according to him. And as a producer, if I talk about the releasing, so we are planning for the India first, after going back to Cannes. And then, let's see how it will release in worldwide. We are in the process.
Okay. Thank you so much for talking to us. So indie filmmakers are really shining at the Cannes Film Festival, and content-driven cinema is what is our USP and our originality, which is making India proud and India's story shine at the Cannes Film Market. With camera person Sumit, this is Jaya Sinha reporting for DD India from Cannes.
And in sports, having breached the 90-meter mark in Doha last week, Indian javelin throw ace Neeraj Chopra will hope to carry the momentum at the Hanus Kuczynski Jan Memorial in Poland. Neeraj Chopra will square off against Julian Webber, former European champion, yet again in Chorzów city on Friday. Two-time world champion and Paris bronze medal winner Anderson Peters also features in this tournament. This will be Neeraj's third event of 2025 athletics calendar. He won the Poch Invitational Meet in South Africa in April before bettering his own personal best at the Doha Diamond League last week. That's all for this edition of DD India Live. Let us know your thoughts on the news of the day. For those on the go, you can get all the latest news and updates from India and across the world on DD India mobile app. This app is there on both Android and iOS. Scan the QR code and download now. We'll be back with more news as it breaks here on DD India. I'm Shubhendu Ghosh from all of us here in Delhi. Thanks for watching DD India Live. Namaskar.